What's up, guys? It's Will. This is going to be a little bit of a different video. Mike Flynn was having trouble adding audio to his intros for his videos, so I thought I'd give a little behind the scenes look into the software that I use. So we'll go ahead and we'll get started. What I use is actually a Corel Draw Video Studio X3. It was part of the software package, but you can buy it independently. In fact, I went ahead and just looked on eBay real quick. X3 is what I'm using. They got it on there for 10 bucks. You know, it's awesome software. It can run on just about anything. X3 is the version that I'm using right now, but it looks like they got X7 out, and I've done just a little research on it. This is a 64-bit system or software, so your renders are going to be a lot faster, and it's got a lot more good features, and the price is only 60 bucks. You know, you look at Adobe's Creative Premiere, and they want like 600 bucks for that, you know, and this can do everything. In fact, the audio that you're hearing right now is audio that I created. Hold on. Yeah, okay, just wanted to make sure that didn't go anywhere. Is audio that I created on my cell phone. My microphone didn't want to work last night, so I'm actually using my cell phone, and I'm going to strip the audio out of the video that I'm recording right now and put it on the video that you guys are actually what you're seeing right now. So I mean, it's definitely very versatile software. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We're going to open up Corel Draw. This is the software that I use to go ahead and make my logo. As you can see, it's a wide open workspace. Corel Draw, I've used it since like version 9. This is version 16, I believe. But we're gonna go ahead. I'm checking to make sure that I got my size right, and yep, it's 1280 by 720. What I'm gonna do is I want the logo to take up the full screen, so I created a white background for it, and I made sure that, you know, the dimensions are right, but I don't want the border, so I'm gonna take that off, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna export this. Give it a second. There it pops up. I've done it once before, but it was the wrong size. Corel, for some reason, always adds a pixel, so you know, you got to make sure you take that pixel off. And then we're going to go ahead and send it on its way. Now we're going to open back up Video Studio. It's going to say you need to relink to that image, because I've already got a working file going on, so I'll say okay, whatever. And there we go. I was like, and let's go ahead and I'll just show you how to, from scratch, how to do this. So we're going to start a new project. Now you got capture. This will allow you to capture your stuff, your edit. This is where all your edits are going to be made at. And I'm just going to, I don't use the capture. I pull in all my assets through the edit. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the logo. And that's it, it's added to the timeline. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to add some music to it. Yeah, there we go. Now we're going to add some music to it. Now I know I hit the play button, but you guys aren't going to be able to hear it because for some reason the capture didn't want to capture any audio. So you'll be able to hear everything once it's rendered out. So what I'm doing right here is I'm actually shrinking the audio down so that it fits just with my opening. I only want it to go for about 8 seconds or so. I want to go ahead and create a fade out, so we went ahead and we just added a blank frame, and then we're going to do a transition, which is fade to black. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stretch that out so that it matches up with the music. So now when it plays, it'll just be just the logo there with the music, and then it'll just fade on out. And there you go. But now we want to go ahead, we want to add some effects to this to make it really stand out. The one thing I love about Corel is you get to see what you're gonna get. You know, I like the old film look. I'm gonna drop that in on there, and then I think I do a pinch. Yeah, pinch, or no, I do it a punch. Yeah, punch. So I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna adjust some settings. I like the oldish look. And let's see here. trying to see how it works, and yeah, I think I'm just going to stick with that one. But I'm going to go ahead and customize it because it goes from being normal to, you know, blowing up, and it's not what I want. You know, I want it to be blown up and shrink back down to normal. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to adjust the settings so that it does that. And I'll just make, you go to the first keyframe, and we'll plug in the settings, and then you need to go to the last keyframe, which is just lit up with those little things. And so now I've just basically just reversed the effect. So now it'll blow up and come down. Then we'll close out of that, and we're going to do a test run. Now it's kind of going slowly, and that's just because the software has to render it in screen. That's where that new X7 is really going to come in handy, as because it's 64-bit. Let's see here. One thing I realized is that the image, the logo itself, is always in a transition, and I want it to transition and then kind of freeze for a moment and then fade out. So I went ahead and just added that setting in there. So now it'll transition faster, it'll hang around as a normal logo for a little bit and then fade out. And that's basically how you do it. That's what's so cool about Corel. And for 10 bucks, you know, and it's got an upload, but you know, use the custom settings. We're going to use a MAPEG 4. Go to your options, make sure everything's set up right. We want to go to the compression, and we want H.264 main, and then we're going to increase our resolution to 1280 by 720. And let's see here, your audio, make sure that they're all the way as high as they can go. And then we're going to set the kilobytes per second to 7,000. This just gives you a much cleaner looking video, and it doesn't hog up all of your, it doesn't make a really huge file. Then we just name it. And then we go ahead and render it out. Now, this is rendering actually fairly quick. It's only because it's only about 8 seconds long. Again, I have a 64-bit system, but I have to run this program in 32-bit. And that's where the X7 is really going to come in handy at. I'm going to pick that up. So, and there you go. She plays on out. And it's a video with music. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll add something more at the end of this. Thanks. Let's hope it works this time. What's up, guys? I told you I'd be back. Just a couple of things I want to hit on. Sorry about that. If you're going to buy software off of eBay, be very careful. Make sure that you read the descriptions. The last thing you want to do is buy software whose product codes have already been used, because you're going to end up with useless software. The other thing is if you guys like this video, you know, this was a tutorial on basically on how to add music and create an intro using Corel Video Studio. But as far as, you know, Corel X3, Corel Draw, if you guys like that, I can go ahead and I can do more tutorials on the actual designing aspects. I know Dr. Cranky did a video on upholsteries, and you know, you do all your measurements and everything, and then you just cut it out of the paper, and you know, yeah, you finish that model, but then when it comes up to the next model, you have to do all that same work again. Corel will allow you to go ahead and just create your templates right there in a vector-based program, and you can add your images to it and save it, and you've always got a template. When it prints out of your computer, it actually prints out in the little, you know, the little seat. So there's a lot of useful techniques that I can show you with Corel Draw. As of right now, I haven't really looked into it. I think it's about 80 bucks, 80, 90 bucks for a Corel Draw. The newer versions, you know, are a couple $100 more, but when you compare it to Photoshop, it is way more versatile than Photoshop. Photoshop is really just for manipulating photos, which Corel Draw can do itself. I've been using Corel Draw forever. You know, I've been using it as a freelance when I was a freelance designer, so you know, I do know an awful lot about it. I've been with it since version 9, and I think I'm up to version 16. Yeah, 16, and they just came out with version 17. So, like I said, if you like it, go ahead, let me know, and I'll do more about it. Thanks. Bye.